Back again for more good news for Florida State and the transfer portal trail. I'm alongside Michael Langston, senior portal analyst, senior recruiting analyst for Warchant.com. And today, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, Vanderbilt transfer offensive lineman Gunnar Hansen has committed to play at Florida State. This is a 6'5", 330-pound SEC offensive lineman making his way to Tallahassee with tons of experience. Michael, what do you know about this recruitment, and what is Florida State getting in this particular transfer?
Yeah, major one. Obviously, we did one with James Williams earlier, but I mean, to me, this is the biggest one on the line because you don't have one yet. This is your first one. And it's a big one. It's the most productive guy that they're recruiting out of all the guys, and there's a lot of them that are, certainly very, very talented. His PFF grade's good when you look at it, especially against Alabama when they played them early. In beating Alabama, and then he had, I think he gave up no sacks in that game. He's a constant consistency of just being very strong and very solid. Throughout his career at Vanderbilt, that's a guy that certainly they were very high on. He's from St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale, so there's certainly Florida ties. But overall, I think just a major pickup of a guy that can play multiple positions, whether it's tackle, guard. Now, when I saw him today, I just told Tom when I saw his body, I thought it was more of a guard, but you never know when guys get in there that, I look at Darius Washington, they played him at different places too. So
That's true.
I don't know for sure, but I know this. He blocks very well wherever they put him. And one that, if you were cheering for one for them to get a guy, this would be the first guy that you hope they get. And they got it done, and it's a major pickup, Tom, when you're retooling this offensive line, because that's the biggest issue I think people talk about. Did like a video with Ben the other day, and it's like, they have to start getting some yeses and aggressiveness to get some of these commits done. And this is one where with Gunnar and that they really knocked out of the park. And I think it's a major shift and help to that roster.
Yeah, again, this is a player who won the SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week award, the Outland Trophy National Player of the Week award for the best offensive lineman in the country. That all when Vanderbilt beat Alabama earlier this year. When you look at PFF grades, when they're good, they're very, very good. They're in the 80s, as you said. This is a player who is capable, Michael. And again, about 3 dozen starts in terms of his SEC career for Vandy over the last 3 seasons. 1 year of eligibility remaining for Gunnar Hansen, but Florida State needs him wherever he can line up, wherever you can get the help. I know that they've got a couple of ideas for maybe help at center, but whether it's guard or whether it's tackle, you need an overhaul this offseason. And this is a veteran, a 1-year player who can help you execute the overhaul and the vision. And that's what Herb Hand and Gus Malzahn are looking for.
Yeah, and it makes you feel good too that what you get with the future with Herb Ham doing that so quickly, being able to get that done in recruitment. This is a guy that was going to visit like several other schools that were top named schools, and Herb got it done and knocked it out. Did his introductory thing and then got him a commitment from the offensive lineman today. But I just think it speaks to his ability to connect with players and obviously recruit. Seems to be pretty solid, and I think this is a better than I expected first pickup for FSU, because you were thinking maybe they'll get one of the UCF guys. You weren't thinking as a guy that they don't really have a history with or a known history with a guy like Gunnar Hansen. So I think to get that one at a position need of a guy that's the most productive when you break down his grades, I think is major positive news for FSU.
Well, and if you want to get in on the action at warchant.com, remember, if you haven't signed up before, head to warchant.com, top right-hand part of the screen, you'll see the join icon. You hit the join icon. It's $1 for 7 days of access to Warchant, and then also good savings on an annual membership after that. We'd love to have you aboard, join the largest FSU fan community. And if you are a member of Warchant already, you'll see an upgrade button where the join button is these days. Upgrade to Warchant Gold, and we will give you the value right back. You'll get to see when you sign up for Warchant Gold exactly what it's going to cost you for the upgraded ad-free experience and what you're going to receive from us on the Warchant side, a $20 gift code to Garnet and Gold immediately. That will be sent to you for you to spend on FSU memorabilia, maybe holiday buys for the family, the Noles in your family. 15% off all Garnet and Gold purchases for the life of your membership. That's not a one-time code that is for the life of your Warchant Gold membership, 15% off. Make sure you upgrade today. Michael, I'm going to ask you now about the offensive line goals. You have somebody in the fold now, and Gunnar Hansen, of course.
Yeah.
A couple of UCF kids have been on campus. I know that there was an Arkansas player on campus this past week for Florida State interior offensive lineman, but I'm looking for totals now. Florida State needs help, and they need help in massive numbers. What do you think
Yeah.
Florida State is targeting? I know that you've told the members on the board, but what do you think Florida State's targeting in total for the number of offensive linemen they want to bring in?
I would say 4 to 6. I think in this cycle, maybe you get 4, and then maybe 2 others in the remaining one. I think overall they want the number to get around that, to 6, between 4 and 6. You want to sprinkle some tackles in there. You certainly want to have a center. I think that's been one of the main things. Addison Nichols came in from Arkansas. He was a starting center for them. Then we see Caden Kittler, who's there today with FSU. So I think they clearly are addressing, the center position, and you might get both of them where you take both of them where, one might be a little bit more sharper than the other one, then the other guy you maybe can play at guard, or something like that, or have a backup, or stuff like that. But I think overall, 4 to 6 numbers, kind of what you're looking for. They're very involved with Marcellus Marshall, who visited UCF, and then there's another one, Adrian Medley, who's visiting later this week to FSU. So I think the thing I was told with a lot of Central Florida kids is from my UCF sources, like Herb Hand is very popular around his players, and if FSU wants them, it will be hard to see them not get them. It will be difficult. So I think getting to that 6 mark shouldn't be that much of a challenge from what I'm seeing. If you compare that to the other side of the ball, the defensive edge position, that might be a little more. We got to work a little and grind a little more, and get some new targets and get in there. But I think overall, this is setting up kind of. I can see the pathway in front of me about how they get to that between 4 to 6 number.
It makes sense, and that's worth reminding everybody because we're in the throes of the winter portal window, but this is not the only one. It closes on the 28th of this month. You don't have to make your decision by the 28th. You just need to be enrolled before ad drop is over. And then beyond that, Michael, there's also the spring window for transfers. And then if you graduate in the spring, you could join anytime in the summer. So this is not it for Florida State. If you don't, it's not something like if it doesn't happen by January 5th, you're out of time. You got more time here.
Yeah, and I would also point out the teams that are in the playoffs, there's a 5-day window when their season's over. So you have a 5-day window with those guys that could enter the portal that you could get involved with some of them. Now, if you're a Penn State quarterback, apparently you don't feel like waiting. You just go in the portal now and don't worry about that. But I understand it's kind of an odd situation, but they had to do it. But overall, what my point is, you could see some more guys in that 5-day window. There could be some more guys that they push for and get, and that's the positives too. I think of your season being over is FSU's had a lot of time to do a lot of develop of who they're going to go after, and certainly lay down the relationships and stuff. So overall, you like the way things are trending of the offensive line, and then edge. I think you'll see a few more in there, but overall, it makes me feel a little more confident. I wasn't so confident probably 2 days ago. The way just you weren't hearing much, and now it seems the noises are getting louder, and now we're starting to see some fruits of their labor.
It's a good point, Michael, about playoff teams. Also, if any one of those head coaches decides to resign, like Dave Clawson did, there's a 30-day window that kicks in. Maybe they should call the transfer office building because there's that many windows, that many individual windows into the transfer.
Telling you, it's crazy.
We will keep you abreast of the situation because we're professionally paranoid here at Warchant now because there's all these types of windows. Michael will be working the phones, and we'll be talking to you here on Warchant TV soon. Make sure to hit the subscribe button underneath the screen. We will pop up on your home screen with more information from us right here at Warchant TV. Michael, thanks for your time as always.
You got it.
Talk to you next time right here, everybody, on Warchant TV.